I'm gonna be honest with you here. While I am talking a lot about other new exciting products, I have brought you all here for one reason, and one reason only, and it's to talk about, share, and demo the new Fenty Soft Lip Foundation because I have worn it twice now, and it is officially one of my new favorite foundations. I mean, I'm not talking like ultimate top 5, but like we'll see where time takes us because this foundation is incredible. But I'm going to talk about some other new first impressions, second impressions, makeup I wanted to try. But just know, the star of the show is this. I wanted to make a video around this, so that's why we're here. So I have some items that I wanted to prep with you guys. I've tried all of these before, but this is the first time they're making an appearance on camera. For the primer today, I'm using the Milk Makeup Cloud Glow. This one is a fun one. Doesn't it look like a facial cleanser? Wait, let me show you. It literally is like a facial cleanser. Make sure you only do one small pump because a little goes a very long way with this. I'm just using a synthetic dual fiber brush to spread this out. I feel like you get the most out of this product when you use it this way because I only did that little pump and I was able to completely cover my whole face with this. So Milk Makeup, I feel like, has been doing some really, what's the word I'm looking for, kind of gimmicky products that they're definitely looking for that whoa effect for virality. Like, you can just tell. But this one got me for sure. I mean, it's been working on me. But this product, it actually is very nice. It's very thin, really lightweight. It leaves a little bit of tack behind on the skin, so I'm into it. I know they're going for the viral effect, but like, I really enjoy this. It's supposed to give like a hydrated, smooth, glowy base, and I feel like it does that. It does hydrate, but it gives a little bit of tack for makeup to stick to. So I've been liking this. Hadn't used it on camera yet, so I wanted to show you. And then I'm also going to prep my lips with the Dr. Dennis Gross Plump and Repair Lip Treatment. I saw crazy things online about what this does to people's lips. I did a TikTok/short. You'll have to check it out because when I did it in person, I felt like it didn't do anything, but then I watched the clip back and my upper lip was plump. Like, I think it worked. So anyways, I'm going to use it again, but I've only used it on half of my lips so that I could tell the difference. I'm going to use it on the whole lip now. So this is another one of those viral products. What's interesting about this is when you first put it on, it doesn't burn or anything, but the kick will come in a couple minutes. So right now, I'm all good. But I know a kick is underway with this, so you'll have to tell me, like, this is before. Let's see if anything happens. Like, I cannot confirm nor deny if it works, but I definitely saw something in my TikTok where my lip looked more plump. And then before we get to the star of the show, I'm just so excited. I do want to do brows real quick. So I'm going to use the new, this sold out, Kopari Free the Brow Brow Gel. And it's in the style of that Rephr Brow Gel. So I typically love the hold on products with packaging like these. This is going to be my second time testing it out. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, the first time, I thought it was fine. So when I put other products over top in my normal routine in order, I noticed that the brows fell, which I did not like about this product, but maybe it was an off day. So this is the second impressions to see, because at first I'm like, wow, this has good hold, but I feel like it doesn't have the hold like the Rephr, but I'll give this credit. It does not look soapy or dandruffy in my brows, maybe like a teeny tiny bit. I don't know if you can see, but hopefully that's not something that gets worse over time, because if it's like this, it's not bad to deal with at all. So the products disperse. I'm going to use the black bristle side and I'm going to brush that all down. I'm going to let this dry before I put a pencil through it. But I do like to use stronger brow gels first before I fill in, because I find that these do such a good job directing the hair and adding lift and whatnot that I need to fill in a lot less. This does most of the work. But I feel like my brows raise when I use this. Like, it's pressed against the skin, that's where I put the hair, and I just feel like it lifts off, which loses the plump that I give it. Now to the Golden Child. I was going to do a dedicated review on this, but too much time has passed. But this foundation is stinking amazing. It's the new Soft Lit foundation from Fenty. This is for the dry skin girls, which I'm excited about because I feel like most of their products have catered to more oily skin girls. Their original foundation I have never been a fan of. I just felt like it was much better for oily skin. So I was intrigued because this is like the dry skin version of the original foundation, which you guys know has been a top selling foundation since it launched for years and years now. I'm also going to try it with this Rephr BO2 brush. Months ago, they launched their synthetic brushes, but I was in the middle of a move, so I couldn't use these. I couldn't find them. Things were just everywhere, so I found them recently. I'm gonna use this to apply liquid since it's a synthetic hair. I'm using the shade 185. This is a good shade for me. Like, really, really good. My face is still a little tacky from the Milk makeup. I don't know if I love the spread that this brush is giving. It's like better for patting, but not for spreading. I've been using with the Fenty foundation the 145 brush that they provided in the PR package for this. I'm just going to use this. It has a better glide across the skin. It's a little less dense. Look how pretty this is. It does have a natural glow to it, but it's not overwhelming. I got asked, how does this compare to the Makeup Forever foundation? The Makeup Forever foundation is a real like glassy glow to the skin, and that has potential to emphasize texture. This one has like a healthy looking glow, but it's not a glow that emphasizes texture or anything. It just looks more so realistic and natural. I don't know if you can see with the lip plump, I did apply a little bit over the edges of my lips, and they're looking irritated and red. But it's not a painful product at all. Like, I feel a little zing now for sure as time has gone on, and it is irritating my lips, but it's not really that painful at all. Anyways, with this natural layer of the Fenty foundation, it's so stunning. It feels lightweight, it looks lightweight, but it evens everything out. I don't have a bad thing to say about this foundation. So I'm not going to be able to do a wear test. So I'm going to play my TikTok here now so you can see how it looked throughout the day. I am a certified hater of the original Fenty foundation, Karma, but this one is supposed to be better for my fellow dry skin girls, and I'll be the judge of that. They say this is hydrating, glowy, waterproof, and reduces shine, and it has a medium coverage. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of a lighter coverage with this, but I am seeing said glow. It's applying really smooth and not clinging to dry patches. In front of complete natural sunlight, my skin looks so good. I already love this so much more than the original. If you have dry skin, this is our answer. So it's been about 4 hours that I've been wearing this, and look how beautiful and glowy my skin is looking, but not overly oily. I am loving it so far. 8 hours later, it still looks so good. Okay. Love it, love it. And I've worn the foundation twice now, and both times the wear has held up really well, because with glowy, more natural foundations, sometimes they get too oily. And on my dry skin, I just felt like this foundation not only looked good upon the first impression, but it also looked good 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours later. That's what I mean when I say this is an upcoming like favorite for me. I of course want to use it some more, but I see this having longevity as like an all-time favorite in my collection. So anyways, I made this whole video just to tell you guys how much I love this foundation. The rest is unimportant now. Just kidding. But I mean that's just with one layer. I would say it gives like a light to medium coverage depending on how thick of a layer you put on, because you can still see like my freckles and whatnot underneath, but it gives enough to cover. And Fenty has like an incredible shade range as well. So you'll find that perfect shade match where it doesn't need to fully cover because the color is so perfect. Oh, I'm just so excited. I have not been a fan of Fenty foundations and base products really, so this complete 180 for me. It's amazing. Call me crazy, but I feel like I do see a little plumping in my lips. They definitely look red and irritated, but I feel like maybe it worked. I'm not working with much, so anyways, let's just continue with the rest of the products. So these are not new, but they are new to me. I've always had on my wish list the Dominique Cosmetics concealer and powder, both of which I've heard amazing things about. We're going to start off with the concealer. I think I'm almond milk. This is one of those products where it has a really cool middle tip. But like I've said, I've heard how amazing this concealer is. Ooh, and this tip. It's so cooling on the eye. The consistency of this is on the thick side. Okay, let's see. I'm using this B01 brush from Rephr to blend out. I feel like these synthetic brushes from Rephr are a bit stiff for blending out my base products. I'm going to use this BK Beauty N14. It's a little softer. Yeah, you guys know I love Rephr, but the synthetic brushes are kind of pokey. The natural hair ones I think I prefer. Concealer down. I love the applicator. I think the consistency is a bit thick, so it's looking a little textured on my under eye, but we'll see. The day is young. Recently, I did a drugstore makeup, like new trending drugstore makeup, and one of the products that I wanted to try, but I just couldn't because there's so many bronzing products, is Physicians Formula's take on the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand. So we have the Physicians Formula Butter Glow Contour Wand. It has the exact same like twist and squeeze. Wait, I always love this. Yeah! Let's see. I'm scared that this will be really pigmented. Yeah. Well, no. Oh! This is actually a really good Charlotte Tilbury dupe. I feel like a lot of these brands that are trying to dupe the Hollywood Contour Wand don't get the pigmentation level right, where they make it look intimidating like this, but then it blends out almost like a sheer glaze of bronze over the skin. Physicians Formula did actually a pretty nice job of that. And it's blending in really nice and easy too. Okay, Physicians Formula. I'm impressed, at least with how close they got it to Charlotte Tilbury, because like I said, a lot of brands, they don't have that in their product. Which, you know, there's pros and cons to both ways, but this really is actually super close to the Charlotte Tilbury. So if one thing that you liked about the Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand was how sheer it was, this Physicians Formula one, they got it. Nice and easy. And I wanted to update you on the eyebrows. They've fallen. I don't know. I'm a little disappointed by the Kulfi. I don't think it's bad, but for the hold that I like, this one isn't giving it to me. And then for blush, this is another one from that drugstore video I didn't have the opportunity to fit in. It's these Physicians Formula Diamond Filler Cheek and Lip colors. So I think I'm going to go with the shade Radiant Pink today. I'm just like so pleasantly surprised at that Physicians Formula contour wand. Ooh, I hope I didn't put too much on. Ooh, please blend out more sheer than this. I wipe my brush off. I think I applied too much, but blush fades, so I think we'll be okay. There we go. Ooh, that looks pretty. I don't notice it acting funny. However, I don't have any powder or anything on my skin, so it better not be. Hey, you know what? That's pretty. It's not overly pigmented like the Rare Beauty. And as I push it in more, the color becomes more and more natural. There's not like a glow to it or anything. Maybe like super subtle, but it's not too overwhelming. It doesn't emphasize texture. That's pretty. That was easy to use. Physicians Formula is doing well. We're going to set with the powder from Dominique Cosmetics. This is the Smooth and Blur Setting Powder, and I've seen so many people talk about how blurring this is. I love a good blurring powder, so let's see. I'm gonna blend out my concealer once more. Make sure everything is nice and smooth where I'm applying the powder. I'm gonna use my puff. I find that this gives the most smooth look when I use the puff. And I'm keeping it in the center of the face. Ooh, yes, this is quite blurring. You know, I'm not 100% sure on the concealer quite yet. I want to use it a few more times before I feel certain about it. But look at that. This worked. Okay, I see why this powder is popular. Does anybody have any exciting plans today? Let's see. I've had quite the exciting set of plans. Yesterday was Jose's birthday. We didn't do anything crazy, but it was still his birthday. And then today, my grandmother's coming over. We're gonna grab lunch. And then this evening, I'm gonna go for a run. It's Friday, so it's a good Friday. Here is how it looks, though. I feel like it looks so good and smooth, a little dry, but I think that will go away as the day goes on and my natural oils start to come through. Very happy about that. I'm gonna spruce up my brows really quickly, but first, actually, I've been using this because it's the only new setting spray that I have, so it's sitting in my to test drawer. e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. Let me throw this on. It'll be on the next speed reviews probably. I like it. I don't love it. I hate when I talk and do that because it gets in my mouth. Okay, I'm gonna fill in my brows really quickly while this dries. Before I work on the eyes, I could not stand my lips looking a mess. It definitely irritated and reddened around here. I feel like it did plump a little bit. Really good for a lip plumper. It's not gonna do miracles. I do need to get some foundation over the redness. Anyways, I think that lip plumper works. Gonna have foundation lips until we finish with the lips. For the eyeshadow, I'm doing a really simple eyeshadow look. Viseart has launched a few new palettes. I love their Petit Fours. Like, I use them all of the time. I always say how boring and repetitive they are, but they're good quality and easy to grab for. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce this one, but I got this one in the mail. These neutrals are so pretty. And I do have some comments on the shimmers here, but you can get a pretty look with this. You guys know I'm a Viseart stan, but I'll tell you when it's not that great. So this matte is fine. It is really powdery. I get a lot of kick up with it, but look at this. It's a nice, pretty, easy transition shade. Look at my brows falling all over the place. But that just creates a really pretty natural shadow. Then I'm using a smaller brush and I'm going into this shade, which is a satin shade, but it works just fine in the crease. I think a rule of thumb, like, you can do shimmers on the eyes, but if you have at least one matte, you'll be good. So the one in my crease is serving as that matte layer, but the satin in the crease I think looks really good. And I'm going to apply those two shades on my lower lash line as well. So matte shade first. I don't know that this is the first Viseart quad that I'd recommend to you. I actually had in my most recent rankings of the palettes I tried this month, a Viseart quad did come in first place because I used it the most. So we'll see if that ends up happening with this. But I feel like the shimmers in here are a little stiff. They aren't super smooth. So I'm starting off with the darker shimmer, though both of these are kind of the same. I'm popping this over most of the eyelid. Like this one, I feel like I need to tilt my head back or I'm going to get some fallout. And then I'm topping it off with the lighter shimmer, which this one has a lot of fallout. It's a little spotty, but I'm using that just to add a little extra glimmer to the eye. It's one of those shimmers where it's not really creamy, so you kind of get little bits of sparkle everywhere. I'm just going to blend both of these together and just lightly pat here for a little bit of extra shimmer, and I have some fallout. So the look is really pretty and I'll definitely continue to use this, but it's not my favorite Viseart palette. But we got a good look with it. I'm gonna pop on some eyeliner and mascara real quick. I don't have anything new to show. And now we're gonna finish off with the lips. I'm using the ColourPop So Juicy lip liner in the shade Tease. These I stand by, they're a little too creamy for application, and I think they don't give as defined of an edge as I would like, but after using these multiple times, they do have really good longevity. But I have been dying to use these from Clarins. They launched some new lip oils, which if you're new to my channel, the Clarins lip oils are my all-time favorite lip oil on the market. And they launched bold colors, which are supposed to have more pigment. So I want to try them today. So let's try how number 21 is, which is the yellow one. Oh yeah, they do have a little bit more pigment. This one's interesting because it's yellow, but it kind of has a little bit of warmth in there. It's actually really cool looking. Hold on. I'm gonna try them all. Then we have number 22, which is like an orangey shade. It's like this. These almost give my lips a red tint. They smell so good. That's pretty too. That also added warmth. I wonder how this pink's gonna look. I'm gonna use my foundation brush. And I think I'm gonna wear the pink out, so I'm gonna reapply everything. Number 23. Really beautiful. I mean, I wouldn't say they're more pigmented, but I guess they're just more bold colors, like a little bit more on the neon side. That added a pretty pink layer over the lips. I like it. But these are the best lip oils. They're so smoothing to the lips and they have so much glare that make the lips look mwah. So here is the final look. It's in typical fashion of how I normally wear my everyday makeup, but honestly this video was truly just a love letter to the Fenty Soft Glow Foundation, but there also is some really good products that I've tried today, so let me just run through everything. This Milk Makeup Primer, I'm enjoying a lot for my dry skin, but it's not too heavy, so if you've moisturized before, something like this is nice. I really do think this Dr. Dennis Gross lip treatment, I think it works subtly, but it works given like what it does. The Kulfi, I'm underwhelmed by. It didn't hold my brows the way that I wanted. The Dominique Cosmetics, I'm unsure about this, the concealer I mean, and the powder is really nice and blurring. I think it's going to be great for oily skin. It does look a little dry and heavy on my dry skin, but that might go away, so I'm still holding out on this. But if you have oily skin, I think you'll really like it. I was actually pretty impressed with both of the Physicians Formula products that I tried today. The Butter Glow Contour one is, in fact, in my opinion, a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury because of how it blends out so sheer. And then this Physicians Formula Diamond Filler seems really nice. Don't have anything bad to say about it. The Viseart Quad isn't the #1 quad I would recommend to you, but it is quite pretty on the eyes. And finally, the lip oils are great. I guess they are more wearable than they look in here, but just in general, I do recommend a Clarins lip oil. It doesn't need to be these 3, but I'm excited to have 3 more to my collection. Oh, and the Rephr synthetic brushes. I only tried 2 of the 3. I think the price on these is great, but they are a bit dense, in my opinion. I might like them better for like liquid bronzer and stuff, but I tried to use them for foundation and concealer and they were kind of pokey. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, getting ready with me. If you've tried the Fenty foundation, let me know down below what you thought. Are you loving it like I am? And anything else, let me know your thoughts on. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one.